Hey there everybody, and welcome back to KOTOR 2. Just to let you all know, I'm feeling a little bit better today. Not completely better, but a little bit at least. And in this video, I'm going to first of all travel to our first planet, which is Dantooine. That's right, we're going to go to one of the two planets that we went to in the first game first. And there are a number of reasons for this, but I'm actually going to do this before I talk to anybody else. We can see Onderon here, Nar Shaddaa over here, Korriban way out here, but we want to go to Dantooine. And we're going to be going to some place called the Kunda Plains Settlement, which is not a place that was in the original game, but it is located in an area that we visited in the first game. So let's head on that way. Good old Dantooine. Doesn't quite have the sunset feel that we experienced before, but it still looks pretty nice. Alright, so we're here now, and I'm actually going to take this opportunity to go and talk to everybody, and I'll start with Atten first.
I don't know what it is, but you look different. It's hard to explain, but it's good to see.
And I believe this is what you get if you are leaning more toward the light side.
It shows. It's kind of inspiring, to be honest. Anyway, just wanted to mention it. I think the others have noticed it too.
You can also play Pazak with him, as I think I mentioned that earlier, but I want to just talk to him about some various things. This video is pretty much going to just be talking to folks.
Alright, what did you want to know?
Mainly just because we haven't done that yet. First of all, Echani training. We need to address this because we found this out last time, and we didn't bring it up yet.
Huh? What are you talking about?
Well, you dropped into that combat stance when we entered the academy.
Oh, that. Don't tell anyone, but you wouldn't believe how many fights you can prevent by just pretending to know that stuff. I mean, it doesn't compare to wearing a lightsaber, but then again, that doesn't seem to help you much.
Well, thanks. But I think you're evading me.
Yeah? So what? I don't ask any dumb questions about your past, despite the fact that it keeps throwing us into life-threatening situations. Want to know why? I figure if you ever want to tell me something, you will. So give me the same respect, alright?
Alright, I'm not accusing you or anything. I just want to know if you've got any skills, man. I mean, you could really help us out with that.
Well, hey, thanks. But you've got the wrong guy. I'm good at shooting people, cracking wise, and pretending to know how to fight with my hands.
Alright.
Alright?
Let's see here. I don't think that the teaching you to play Pazak really leads to anything.
Alright.
Republic Senate rules.
That's where we waste a lot of time trading cards and trying to beat each other. But in the end, nobody wins. Everybody loses, and nobody accomplishes anything.
Oh, so that's why it's called that.
It's like stalemate, except the goal is to pass time until the audience gets bored and leaves.
Alright. Let's,
Alright.
yeah, that's it. So I guess we both gained and lost influence with him. Oh well. I'm not very good at, all the nuances as far as what gains and loses influence with people, so I'm just going to go with what feels right in terms of conversations. And this is pretty cool. Here in this game, at least we can see something here on this little display. I'm going to go ahead and attach the stuff we got onto HK-47. The control cluster is installed. We still need two more parts. The chassis and the processor. We're going to have to look out for those. And I don't believe anyone's over there. Let's see. Nope, no one's here yet. There will be, though. Beodur, can we talk to you about the lightsaber or anything else?
Hey, General. Are you alright?
Hey, buddy. What's going on?
You look like you've been standing too close to one of my shield generators.
Well, I was inspired by your arm.
Whoa. Claws out today, aren't they?
Now, whose claws are out?
Seriously, you don't look that way from spending extra time in the fresher. I've seen other Jedi, not many but a few, who look like that. And I feel a little strange around you. A little more in control. Calm. Like I usually only get when I'm repairing something.
Well, that's good.
Was there something you wanted me for?
Yeah, let's talk to him about your little remote guy here. Where'd you get that?
That old thing? I built him when I was a kid.
Aw.
Been following me around for years now, despite what I've done to try and chase him off.
Oh, that's adorable.
Hey, just kidding. I'm happy to have you around.
What does it do other than follow you around?
He helps me out with repairs. I outfitted him with a cutting laser and some other tools for delicate modifications. He's also good for singeing the pants of annoying tanks.
Ah. Okay, that's a really weird camera angle.
I've been thinking about doing some other work on him, but I barely have time. Too busy fixing up the ship.
What is up with the
Something else I can
camera?
help you
Okay. Yeah, what's going on with your arm?
with? I got tired of it. Kept dropping my hydro spanner. Figured I'd get a new one.
Oh. Did you have Chewbacca on your ship as well?
I was only kidding. Actually, it was a souvenir from Malachor. I was lucky it was all I lost. But at least it gave me something to do, right? Everyone always said I was probably half machine anyway. Something else I can help you with?
What do you think about Telos? I think we kind of got an idea.
If the Republic would just rein Zerka in, there'd be no problem. But as long as Zerka is allowed to undermine the Ithorians' efforts, Telos will remain dead. I can't take seeing my work being used by those bloodsuckers. But there's nothing I can do about it, so let's talk about something else. Something else I can help you with?
Let's see. We already talked about lightsaber parts.
Let me see what you... No, you're still missing any emitter-matrix
Yeah.
and lens. Something else?
So I guess we've got 2 lightsaber parts already? I've lost track. I think we needed 4. What are you doing, by the way?
Just working on the ship. I'm not sure who got her up and running, but I'm amazed she's even space-worthy. Whoever made these repairs doesn't think like most mechanics. But don't worry, I'll get everything in shape.
Now, you can also ask Beodur for shields as well. This game certainly retains its predecessors having characters make stuff for you, and Beodur's specialty is shields, which is pretty cool. Nobody in here, so I think we'll go and talk to Handmaiden. Now, earlier I had mentioned that there are bugs in this game, and I'm not sure if all of them have been fixed in this version. But there is a bug in which you can totally start doing some fights with Handmaiden, like the ones that we had back at the Academy with the other Handmaidens. And if you try to do that before going to your first planet, then you'll just get stuck infinitely, and you'll never really be able to complete that, from what I understand. I've never actually had that happen before, but it's kind of a little bit of a bummer.
Oh, welcome, Exile. Is there something you need?
Are you alright?
Yes, your features, your stance. There is a calm about you that I did not notice on Telos.
What do you mean?
There is an energy about you, a lightness in your movements. It is something I have seen in only the most disciplined and revered of the Ichani weapon masters. Yet it comes to you with ease.
Well, that's neat. I do feel more in touch with my surroundings and whatnot.
It shows in your features. It is beautiful to see.
Cool. Let's see here. Can I ask you some questions?
You may ask.
Did Atris ever mention me?
She said you betrayed the Jedi by going to war when it was forbidden to you. You turned on your masters, your teachings, and yourself.
Well, I kind of betrayed the Jedi, but I wouldn't say I turned on myself.
That is not all she says. She says you know nothing of loyalty to any cause except your own animal instincts. And she told us why you fell to
Whoa,
the
dark side.
Atris says that you fell to the dark side in the Mandalorian Wars, when you gave in to your lust for battle. Once you tasted war, you could not give it up.
But that doesn't explain why I stopped fighting after the war.
Atris says when the Dark Lord Revan returned to the Republic, you did not march with them, because you had fallen so far you could no longer feel the Force.
Well, let's see here. I didn't really march with Revan because it was my choice.
So it was a matter of choice then. If Atris has erred in her evaluation of your motivations, it might be best to inform
Well,
her.
I've tried that. Did she say anything else?
I believe that is the extent of her expressed feelings toward you. There are variations at times, but all rise from the same foundation.
Yeah.
Yes, it is difficult sometimes for others to truly speak their heart or listen to it. The words often prove difficult, or they do not come at all.
What do you think Atris's heart says?
Without having seen you and Atris fight, I cannot say. Battle is a pure form of expression. It is heart and discipline, reduced to movement and motion.
Well, I don't really want to fight Atris. Okay, maybe I kind of do. But it's not really going to accomplish anything.
Then her expressed feelings will have to suffice.
Well, if I did, would that make the truth come out? That second option is so mean.
Perhaps it may prove truer than conversing with words. In battle, the words are swept away, giving way to actions. Mercy, sacrifice, anger, fear. These are pure moments of expression.
You know, you should have choreographed the Star Wars prequels. They could have used some of those actions.
You may ask.
Let's see here. Let's talk more about Atris.
I do not wish to speak of her to
Aww.
you. Her actions are her own, and to reveal to you if she sees fit.
Alright.
You may ask.
Why do you look different than your sisters? Well, I didn't really notice that she did look different, but I guess maybe she kinda does.
I honor the face of my mother. It is not something usually spoken of in the company of others.
Oh. I'm sorry, I didn't really mean to offend.
There is no need to apologize. You were merely remarking on something that you saw. There is no wrong in that.
Is it a sensitive subject?
It is not a sensitive subject, but a subject that requires trust. There is no such trust between you and I, and such trust takes time.
Ah, so influence check.
You may ask.
Let's see. Why are you called the Handmaidens?
We attend Atris. It is the duty of all of us, from the first of my sisters to me, the last of the Handmaidens.
Yeah, I've been wondering about this last of the Handmaidens thing. How does that work?
I am the last of the Handmaidens. This is correct. I train so that one day that will no longer be true.
Well, you certainly have some impressive skill.
That is not entirely correct. There are times I am distracted.
Oh?
Perhaps once having known the ways of the Jedi, you may understand what occupies my thoughts.
What do you mean?
There is much knowledge on Telos, and only one of the Jedi remain. There is so much about their ways of battle, their forms, their stances, that may be lost forever if the last of the Jedi is taken from the galaxy.
And you believe Atris to be the last of the Jedi, I'm guessing. Well, battle is not the truth of the Jedi teachings. In fact, I think it's the farthest thing from it.
I know your meaning, but I have not been clear on mine. Stance, form, discipline are a means of expression and communication. They speak one's heart and one's devotion to their cause.
Devotion to their cause?
Yes, the methods you use to meet your opponents speak truer than any words can express. When you risk pain or death, there is no truer sacrifice or strength.
Well, I agree. It definitely shows how far you're willing to go for what you believe in.
It was to the Jedi traitor Malak. It was to the Jedi traitor Revan. When Terrace was destroyed, it showed Malak's heart through its execution and intent. It was brutal, without finesse, but showed his commitment to defeat the Jedi. Yet with Revan, there was the same commitment, but it was a subtle thing, like weaving threads in a tapestry or strokes upon a canvas. He spoke through battle and tactics in a way one could never do in words. He showed his heart at Malachor V, and finally, at the end of the Jedi Civil War. I believe he was speaking to Malak in that final battle, though few knew it.
It's an interesting perspective. What do you think Revan was saying?
Through battle, Revan was meeting betrayal with betrayal, and showing Malak the pain he had inflicted on his master. What stronger display than death for conveying one's sense of being betrayed by one's own student? Revan's anger must have been great indeed. I would have wished to have been there for that final exchange, and seen the truth of their conflict with each other.
Yeah, it's interesting. I wouldn't say they were driven only by the dark side, particularly Revan, maybe Malak, but yeah.
You may ask.
Let's see. Do you have a name?
Before entering Atris's service, yes, I carried a name, as all the children of the Ichani do.
What was it?
It is not important. My title and rank is of consequence, not my name. I take value in Atris's service, not in myself.
Oh. Well, you should take value in yourself as well.
We all have value in our oaths to others, and the promises we make. When we make that pledge, we are pledging ourselves to something greater. When importance is placed on the self, then by such acts the galaxy is unmade.
There is some truth in what you say. Is it that your judgment of me?
If reasons of the self is why you turned away, then yes, perhaps there was a judgment there. But it was not intended as an attack.
Do you think that I lost myself when I disobeyed the Jedi?
I do not know. That is a question you must ask yourself.
Alright, these are pretty mean things to say, so I'm not going to say them.
You may ask.
I'd like to return to the Academy.
It is not possible to dock at the Academy without
Yeah,
the
that's
proper
kind of what I
codes.
thought. Do you have them?
Yes, but I could not give them to you.
Okay.
You may ask.
I'm not even sure why that's an option there, but I guess that would be a realistic thing to say if this were actually happening. What are you doing right now?
I am training, so that if danger should strike, my body and my reflexes will be
Awesome.
prepared. That, and I had forgotten how long hyperspace travel can be. If I do not have something to focus my attention on, I fear my sanity will erode as well.
Well, you could always play Pazak with Atten.
What do you mean, Pazak? What, again?
No, I do not trust him.
Well, to be honest, I don't know if anyone here trusts each other at the moment.
That is untrue. You and the Iridonian trust each other. Or at least the Iridonian trusts you. We heard much of the Iridonian when we served Atris. Atris believed that the Iridonian held the knowledge to restoring Telos.
Beodur?
Yes. His skill with machines is something beyond which most can aspire to. His shield technology surpasses the designs of even the most skilled of Ichani power architects. I do not realize if you know what it means to have such a one respect and follow you. The Iridonian allied himself with no one on the entire world of Telos, yet he will follow you at the risk of his life.
Well, that's a good point.
His stance, in many ways, mirrors yours. Where he walks, he carries a world upon his shoulders. And like you, I do not know if he has ever faced it.
I don't want to say these things. This is... Yeah, these are kind of mean. Why is Atris siphoning power to the Academy?
The reasons for such siphoning of power are complicated, and I do not know all the answers. But there is something greater being achieved. The teachings at the Academy must be preserved, even if it draws strength from Telos.
Okay. So Atris thought Beodur was the key to saving Telos?
Yes.
Oh.
His skill, I do not realize his
Alright.
You may have.
And, let's see, finally, let's ask her about fighting!
Training is something reserved for certain caste members of the Ichani, but I do not see the harm in instructing you in some basic principles.
Sweet.
I do not understand how you and Atris fight, but I will instruct you on how Ichani children are raised on warfare.
Okay. That seems like a good place to start.
All Ichani fighting principles rely on foundations. If one does not understand the most basic of fighting moves, it is not possible to understand the higher tiers. It is similar to learning the alphabet of a language before being able to use words, then sentences.
Alright.
As a foundation, I will instruct you in our elementary movements. The body itself is the first weapon you must master. It is not something that can be described. Let us duel, you and I, and that shall teach you more than my words can. Use only your hands and feet to strike at me, nothing else, or our combat shall be over. Do not resort to using any items or any force techniques you may possess. Such things will obstruct learning.
Alright.
Very well. I shall match my movements to resist your efforts. And do not hold back, or I will hurt you.
Okay, so we need to... Okay, we're already armorless, so... Dark side points? What? We got dark side points? What did we say that was so dark sidey? Oh well, I'm sure I'll find out when I'm watching the video again. So we don't have any armor, so we're good. So let's just flurry. Where's her? There we go. Health. Good. This feels easier than the fights with the Handmaidens.
You fought well indeed. You have caught the principles of the style by watching and anticipating my movements. I now have a favor to ask you.
Okay.
The weapon the Jedi use, the Force, I would like to know more
Ah.
about it.
What would you like to know?
It is not something you can see or fight, yet the Jedi use it and struggle with it their entire lives.
It is kind of hard to talk about, though.
Please, I wish to know.
Well, imagine awakening and hearing the heartbeat of the galaxy for the first time.
I see. Thank you, Exile. I appreciate you sharing your knowledge with me.
My pleasure. So we gained influence. I'll come back to her in a minute, but for now I want to... Wait, where's the... Oh, the exit's over here. Now let's turn around. I want to talk to Kreia because there's something... Or actually a lot of things we can talk to her about. And one of them has to do with Handmaiden, I believe.
How many more do we intend to gather to us? This ship is not the galaxy. There is only so much room.
Oh, come on, Kreia. As many as want to come with us and help us.
Then prepare for an army, I think, for it seems many more will come in time. They will follow you because you are a leader. Their kind always needs such, even when the figure deserves no such obedience.
Are you saying that I don't deserve any obedience? Well, what makes you think they obey me, though?
Because I am not blind, that is why. I see what they see, hear their voices when they speak to you, and notice the change when they speak to others.
Does that upset you?
I know many things, and I know what I am not. I am no leader. I speak with a voice that will never move others. I speak with a passion that goes unheard. They obey you because you are a leader, and perhaps something more. Have you noticed what has been happening? Have you felt it in them?
What is happening to them?
They echo you, either fighting or surrendering to their feelings, their loyalty, their duty. Your mere presence serves as an example to them of something to uphold or something to fight against. Watch them carefully, see their patterns, and recognize the strength in it. Influence can be a weapon, one that you may need before your journey is done.
You have a point, and I will reflect upon this.
Good, and then act upon it. It is a powerful tool to motivate others. That was Revan's way, I believe. It was a strength.
Yes.
A discussion, perhaps, for another time.
What Kreia's getting at, and I kind of wanted to save this point for later, but we've been talking to folks and gaining and losing influence of them, but one of the things that the game will be introducing to you, and has kind of started to introduce here with that dialogue with Handmaiden, is that certain members of your crew can become Jedi, which is really interesting. And they will indeed follow you as far as their alignments and all that stuff, depending on how well you've gotten influence with them. At least I think that's basically how it goes. It's kind of a little bit complicated, but we'll get more into it here in the days to come.
Ask, and I will answer.
You don't really seem to like the Handmaiden. Why is that?
There are countless reasons, and I have neither the time nor the patience to list them all.
Well, you don't seem to like many people. What should I say to her? Let's go with this. This is nice.
Do you think to turn her from
Whoa,
Idris's will?
whoa.
If so, I hope your arrogance will prove true.
I didn't say that.
That I will abide her presence. She may have her uses.
Whoa. Why do you say that?
Because Atris is a threat. And as much as she would try to use us against you, so may we use her servants against her. Do not see every enemy as an enemy. See them instead as an ally, whether they realize it or not. This situation may yet work to our advantage.
In case you haven't noticed by now, the things that help you gain influence with Kreia tend to be the things that are rather manipulative as far as using other people to accomplish your goals. Not that I agree with that in real life, but it is kind of interesting in the context of a video game, though. And especially when you're considering the fact that, you have a defined set of goals. And I'll keep that in mind and watch her carefully. Well, actually, I'm going to say this. Because I'm not a big fan of Atris, and we do need every ally we can get if she tries to pull a fast one on us.
Good. That is the most to be done until events unfold, as I'm sure they will in time.
Mm-hmm.
Ask.
What's wrong with your eyes, exactly?
There is nothing wrong with my sight, if that is your question. I see all that I need, though the seeing of things flesh and blood has failed me some time ago. They were distractions only.
Interesting. Well, maybe there's a way to heal that.
There is nothing wrong with my eyes. They simply have atrophied from use. They are adequate to distinguish shapes, silhouettes. If need be, I could heal them, restore my sight. But sight can prove a distraction. When one relies on sight to perceive the world, it is like trying to stare at the galaxy through a crack in the door. But that is a lesson for another time. You must learn to see crude matter for what it is, before the veil is lifted.
That's an interesting perspective.
Ask.
What exactly are you? Are you a Jedi, a Sith? We've been kind of wondering about this.
Does it matter? It does. Such titles allow you to break the galaxy into light and dark, categorize it. Perhaps I am neither, and I hold both as what they are, pieces of a whole. Know that I am your teacher, and that is enough.
It's an interesting perspective. But I want some answers, not more cryptic stuff.
Or
Oh.
what? Shall you kill me? Hurt me? You would only be inflicting harm on yourself. Perhaps you will keep me here on this ship, prisoner, unable to leave. Is that the way of a Jedi?
I didn't say that.
That is enough for today. Ask.
Did you know Atris at all?
I know her as much as I know any Jedi. If you have other questions, you may ask those, but on Atris, I can provide you no answers that you cannot find on your own.
Man, we keep failing influence.
Ask.
Let's talk about Revan a bit here. Did you know Revan?
I
No!
spoke before, and I do not wish to choose my words unwisely again.
One day,
Ask.
we are going to gain enough influence to ask her about all this.
Nothing more than we already know. There is danger in
Okay.
it. Ask.
And I think that's it. What? How am I gaining dark side points? Well, you guys got to hear the epic dark side music, so I guess that's something. But we gained some influence with Kreia. So, and ooh, we got red glowiness around us. I wonder how is our alignment doing? Now I'm kind of curious. Here we go. Okay, so we're still pretty up there. Not bad. I thought she was going to talk about the Handmaiden, but I guess she didn't.
Yes?
Can you teach me some more fighting moves?
I do not think you are ready for further
Oh.
instruction.
Why do I have to fight without clothes on?
Duels among the Ichani are rituals, and it does not allow for armor or anything that restricts
Oh.
movement.
Okay. It is a little cold here.
Your modesty has no place in combat. Even the youngest of the Ichani understand this. You should as well.
Alright.
It is the way of the Ichani to be able to read their opponents, to know where an opponent is going to strike before it connects, anticipate it, and then strike against them. Ichani battles are fought several minutes in advance. In many ways, it is much like the game of disembarking, played in the core systems. The most advanced among the Ichani are able to predict the course of battles by months, and the most revered are said to be able to predict the path of wars. Only Revan ever demonstrated such skill in war, and even as he slaughtered us, the Ichani still respected him.
Sounds a lot like how the Mandalorians look at Revan. Can you teach me to do this?
You are already doing it.
Oh. What do you mean?
If you do not know you are doing it, then training will make you a dangerous opponent
Oh.
indeed. Come, as we fight more, I will teach you. Do not think about predicting my movements. React instinctively. You are doing better. At first, I was afraid that your awareness of your own ability might ruin it, but that is not the case. You learn quickly. Perhaps it is your connection to the Force that allows such things. but I do not think so. Now you fight as an Ichani warrior fights, always in the future.
You have gained Battle Precognition. It allows you to add your wisdom bonus to your defense in combat, which is awesome. So let's see, anything else? Nope, okay. So that's it. I'm kind of surprised we didn't gain influence there. And last but not least, let's talk to T3, who's roaming around somewhere here on the ship. Where are you, buddy? Come on, T3. I know you're here somewhere. Yeah, where exactly are you? I know you're around somewhere. Like I said earlier, I do like the fact that he moves. Oh wait, there he is. I think that's him. There you go. I like the fact that he moves around. It does make things a little more interesting. Do you know where that HK droid in the cargo bay came from? Oh. That didn't sound very convincing. Are you sure you don't know? Oh, that doesn't sound very, reassuring. How's the Ebon Hawk doing? That's a good sound. I like that sound. Good job. Glad to hear it. What about the astrogation system? Alright, we got influence success. You locked it, though. Why'd you do that? Protect? Wait, protect who? An old friend? Why was where this friend had gone so dangerous? But how did the Ebon Hawk even come back from there if it was so dangerous? And why?
T3, you have been with us since Terrace. Without you, we would never have escaped that place. And for that, I thank you. I'm leaving this message inside you because I have seen glimpses of the future. And the bond that he and I share does not allow him to hide everything from me. More of his memories have returned, and they trouble him. He has remembered something. Something on the edge of the galaxy, and he believes that he must go there to end it. But I am afraid for him. Afraid that he may not return. I need you to be the beacon, T3. If he is lost out there, on the edge of the galaxy, if he finds whatever terrible thing he has seen, then he may not survive. If he doesn't make it back, then I need you to return to the Republic. Find help. If you cannot find me, then seek out other Jedi. The Republic, I can't lose him, even if he believes he is protecting me.
It's Bastila! We don't actually know her as Sean Moran, but we saw her in the first game. She was a main character, and she had a bond with Revan. That was the person that she was referring to in the hologram. Why were you concealing that from me? Well, I understand. I didn't think you kept messages like that, though. So that person in the hologram was a friend of yours? Hologram was talking about another missing friend. What happened to your old friend? Why aren't you with him? Although I think the message kind of explained that. Because he could not take anyone with him? Oh. That's pretty heavy. And he left you. I'm sorry, T3. But you did help, and you found us, though. And if we can stop the Sith, then it would be all worth it. That's the spirits. So you came in search of me, then? Oh. I don't think I actually had this dialogue with T3 when I first played the game. But why me, though? I mean, I'm not exactly the most Force-sensitive Jedi in the world. So you needed someone strong enough to fight the danger that was coming. Someone who knew war and battle and could make the hard choices that had to be made. I guess that makes sense. Well, I'm honored, T3. Thank you. But where did the Ebon Hawk come from, though? You don't have that information? Deleted? You deleted it? Why is that? So, why did you do it? Okay, well maybe he got memory wiped, so... Anyway. So we gained some light side points and influence with T3, but whoa. I want to see if we can... let's see if we can do some more upgrades to his memory. Alright. Aww. Well, let's see here. I don't think repair will really work. And we can get spikes from him, which is cool. And upgrades. Alright, so that's pretty much all the conversation I think we can do for now. So in the next video, we're going to do some exploration on Dantooine. So I will see you guys then. Thank you all so much for watching once again. I hope you guys have been enjoying these videos for this Let's Play. And I will catch you on the flip side. So take care and I will see you next time.